The final moments of Thorin's life, that's one of the scenes that you think about from the minute I went in to meet Peter with a potential to play this role, because it was very moving to me when I read the book.
It's a very slight rewrite on the scene that, as it exists in the book. We moved it from Dale to a more personal place, which is on the battlefield, so that the two characters, it was just them, and also that Bilbo could hold on to the notion that maybe he could save him.
I remember the day we shot it, and I just asked if I could just lay on the ground, and I didn't want anyone to come in and touch me and do makeup checks, and they did. They left me there on the ground.
We lay Richard down and dressed the snow right up to him, and the last thing I did was put a big pool of blood coming out from underneath him, and it was just one of those scenes where you step back and you look at the monitor and you feel really content. It looked like a painting.
It was kind of spiritual. I just lay there and looked at the roof of the soundstage and listened to all the sounds.
It was one of those scenes where people are quite hushed around it, you know what I mean? Because it was 2.5 years, whatever, after we started shooting. It's the end of this character's journey. So that was, yeah, it was kind of given some weight, I think, on the set.
We won't thrash the wide shot too much. We'll just do, you know, half dozen takes, give you guys a chance to experiment a bit.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think that they wanted it to feel as real as possible so that he didn't have time.
Bilbo, lie still. Don't move. I'm glad you're here.
When characters don't have time to say what they need to say, that creates great drama.
You're not going anywhere. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? You are going to live.
I take back my word and my deed at the gate.
It was kind of the culmination of their very rocky friendship, you know. They'd really been up and down the mountain with each other, you know, and figuratively and literally.
The most difficult words for Thorin to say to Bilbo were, "I'm sorry that I've led you into such peril." It took me right back to the very first scene that I shot with him in Bag End, and the disdain with which Thorin held the Hobbit, yet their whole success has rested on a seemingly insignificant person, which is what I think Tolkien is writing about. I think it's the whole reason Tolkien wrote these books. It's his need to express that the simplest single person can somehow affect big change. And I think that that's captured in that one moment when Thorin apologizes and says thank you to him.
You did what only a true friend would do. Forgive me. I was too blind to see it. I'm so sorry that I've led you into such peril.
I remember on the beginning of the day saying to the sound guys, please just get this.
Lie still, lie still. Lie still, don't move. Don't move.
That fine, trembling sensitivity that the voice has in those very emotional moments would have been almost impossible to replicate after the fact.
I'm glad to have shared in your perils, Thorin. Each and every one of them. It is far more than any Baggins deserves.
That's the point that you know that you're going to end in good terms, and when he gives it to you, you can kind of relax and fade away in that last speech of it. Is that? Yeah. Okay, good.
Will you forgive me before I die? I think that's really the peak of Thorin's journey.
Farewell. Not the book. Go back to your books and your armchair. Plant your trees. Watch them grow. If more people valued arm above gold, the world would be a merrier place. No, 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 no. Thorin. 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 Just one more moment. Just wait one more moment. The eagles are here, Thorin. Hmm? Hmm? The... It's quite sweet.
I made a little wooden cross to mark the place where we shot the scene, and over the course of the day, some people have laid tributes, which I think you should take a look at. This is the grave of Thorin Oakenshield, who is also now known as Thozza. There's been some really nice flowers made with some cable ties, and I don't know what this is made of, but it says R.I.P. Thorin. And by the end of the day, people had come and laid little things, little tributes on the cross, which I found very moving. But that's the Kiwi way.